the sun is starting to set, so I have some like rainbow lights coming through. It was better earlier, but I was in the middle of watching a movie. I was watching The 40-Year-Old Virgin. So funny. I just looked it up. That movie came out in 2005. But I've seen it before, but it's been many, many years. So I always like to start off with a ramble and then just kind of flow into story time, because sometimes I feel like if I have a planned story to tell, I end up just flying off on tangents anyways. So yeah, but I wanted to talk about dreams. I know that some people really don't dream, and there's other people who have very vivid, lucid dreams. There's also some people who say that they know they dream, but they can't always remember their dream, like the moment they wake up. They say that it just kind of all goes away. I am somewhere in the middle. I do dream. I dream a lot, almost every night, I would say. And for the most part, I feel like I remember my dreams, not necessarily beginning to end, but just the stuff that stands out to me, stands out. And then there's some days where I'll have like the craziest dream, but I'll wake up and then it just kind of all like slowly vanishes. Like I can't even start to begin to explain it because I don't remember it, which is so weird. But anyways, so I can remember when I was very young, like elementary school. I feel like I have like a whistle in my throat right now. But anyways, close this a little bit. There was a dream, like a reoccurring dream that I kept having, and it was like, it's so bizarre. It wasn't scary. It was so random and really had no meaning that I could figure out. So the dream was I was like stuck in this room. It wasn't my house. It wasn't like a classroom. It was just like a random small room. And there was a nightstand with a white lamp and a window, but I couldn't really see like outside. But I know it was a window to the outdoors. And I'm going through the nightstand drawer, and I'm trying to find like a key or a phone or some sort of like clue. Kitty cat's getting curious. To like help me figure out how to get out of this room. It was basically like an escape room, if that makes sense. Dream. And yeah, and it would only last like maybe a minute is what the dream felt like, but obviously I slept for hours and hours. It's just bizarre. And then like I kind of keep having it randomly, and I don't have it anymore, but like it was probably up until like my late teen years where like I kept having this dream. And like I said, not every night, but just kind of like randomly it would come up, and it would seem to get longer and longer. So at the time, my grandmother was seeing a therapist, like a sleep therapist, and because she was like going through a lot of like mental stuff, and she was having crazy dreams and like night terrors and things like that. And the therapist had told her that to try to control your dreams, which sounds like insane. This whole thing reminds me of like in the movie Inception. If you haven't seen it with Leonardo DiCaprio, see it. It is the best movie. It's like one of my top fives. Five. So she was telling her basically to, when she keeps having this reoccurrent dream, just to really try to remember as she's going into it that this isn't real and try to force yourself to do something that you have not done before in this dream. Like jump, or don't go in that drawer to look for something. Or if you are going in that drawer, imagine yourself, picking up an object that you haven't seen before, something to control the dream and let yourself know, like, wake up or change something. So I remember hearing that when I was really little, and I tried to do that, and I don't know, it still bugs me till this day if I've ever really been able to do it. One thing I know for sure is I was able to wake myself up. I would wake myself up when I'd start to have it, but then it would kind of trigger me in a way of having like a nightmare. So like when I would start to have the dream, I would just kind of feel like this really out of control, nervous and scared feeling, and I had never felt that in that dream before. So it was just like, but it was like I knew that it was coming, and it was like having this pressure, I guess you can say, to do something to change it. So I don't know, I've always thought that was so weird, and I don't know if anyone else has really been able to experience something like that before. So if you have, please let me know in the comments, or if you don't want to be open about it, you can always message me and let me know. But I think that dreams are so fascinating. Like I said, I have friends that say that they don't dream, and I wonder why that is, like the reasoning behind it and what it all means. But I really hate having the dreams where I'm falling. Have you ever had that? You're like falling asleep, you're so comfortable, and then all of a sudden you have a dream that you're like falling off of a cliff or falling off of a stool or a chair, and then you like jolt and then wake up. I really dislike those dreams. I wake up and my heart is just like pounding and I'm sweating, and I feel like it usually happens when I'm like in front of people falling asleep. Like I'm notorious for doing that if we're hanging out with a group of friends and it's like movie night or game night or something, and I just happen to like find a comfy little spot on the couch. I'll fall asleep. I fall asleep so easy, and everyone else is just continuing their activities, and then I'll do something like that and scream or like fall or just wake up really like crazy, and everyone's like, what are you doing, what happened? It's kind of embarrassing. But also I talk in my sleep. I've never really sleepwalked, whatever. But I do talk in my sleep a lot, and I will literally have a conversation with you. So someone that I dated a long time ago was a sleep talker. It was crazy. It got to the point where they would wake up in the middle of the night, sleepwalk to the kitchen and eat. I remember one time we woke up in the morning to make breakfast, and they were like, "Did you drink all the orange juice?" It was either orange juice or milk. I feel like it was orange juice. "Did you drink all the orange juice?" And I was like, "No, like I can't even really have orange juice because I have really bad acid reflux and it just triggers it." I was like, "No." And then they were like, "Oh my gosh, I drank all the orange juice." And I know that they did too, because we had gone to the store like the day prior, and I remembered everything that we had gotten. And yeah. Or like you wake up and there's like a box of cereal like spilled all over the countertop and half of it is gone. Ate that. But it would be kind of scary. Sometimes I'd wake up and be like, okay, do I wake them up? Do I just like stay where I am? But I'm really feeling this rainbow. It's warm. The sun is actually like getting me a little warm. I do have quite a lot of nightmares, actually, like to the point where I wake up and I don't want to move. Like I know that it was fake, I wake up and it's like, oh, I'm in my bed, I'm safe, like don't freak out. But There's some that really shake me to my core that are just like, I can't move. I get really, like, I start to sweat. I have to like say a little prayer or like center myself. And then I feel silly the next morning, like when the sun comes up. Something about the sun waking me up in the morning, I'm just like, okay, like the world is right. And nothing bad's gonna happen. Yeah, I really don't like having those dreams. I think the scariest thing is not the dream itself, but going back into that dream, which is another thing that I don't know if people do. Like, I'll say I have a bad dream. I wake up and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm so tired. Like, I just want to go back to bed and like forget about it. But as soon as I fall back asleep, I go back into it. And that kind of like is related to the whole trying to control thing, like controlling your dreams. So like I'll force myself to like really dream of something happy. Or like if I know I'm gonna go back into it, like I try to pull myself out of it, I guess you could say. So, which I have done, but I think it's more of my mind like thinking that I'm dreaming, but I may be just laying there really tired, like replaying the dream in my head. So I don't know, guys, I'd love to know about like certain dreams that you have. I always wonder too if people have like the same dreams. I know similar obviously, but like the same dreams, you know. Another one I've had is my teeth falling out. Like I'll be riding my bike and I fall and my teeth fall out. I hit my face, my teeth fall out. Or just randomly, like I'm talking to someone in my dream and then I'm just like a handful of teeth, which I've read because I have a dream book. Not saying I believe it or I practice anything, but it's just interesting things to read. It says that when your teeth fall out, you're supposed to like win some sort of fortune or come into like some money. Has that happened? No, that has not. Like I've mentioned before, I am not a lucky person at all. Quite the opposite. School related dreams, where it's like there's a big exam that everyone's prepared for, and somehow I miss the memo. So like I get to school and everyone's like, you know, sharpening their pens, like going over their flashcards, and I'm like, what's today? And they're like, yeah, it's the big exam, you know, it's finals. And I'm like, holy crap, like I am not ready for this. And somehow I'm just really unprepared for the day and then end up failing everything. Like I hate that. Or like I get to school without my laptop, my backpack, like papers that are due, I just like show up, which I would never do. But I have those dreams actually quite often, but now they're transitioning to like work dreams. So it's like the same thing. Like I get to work and then I'm like, oh my gosh, I have like the busiest schedule with the most complicated patients today. I didn't eat breakfast. I didn't even drink one cup of coffee. Like, you know, my hair is a mess. I'm not even wearing the right scrubs. Like it's just, you know, the day is set up for total failure. Okay, so quick story time. I had this friend that unfortunately I'm not friends with anymore, but maybe it's for a reason. But this friend was very particular on like things to say and like standards and what's appropriate and not appropriate. It's very exhausting, honestly, having a friend like this. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced a person like this, but it's like you eat with this fork for this meal and you don't share this information or ask that because it's rude. And it's like, I don't know, I get those things, but if you're a friend of mine, like it's a safe space, there's no judgment, like let's just be chill. And I keep wanting to like knock over my microphone. So anyways, this person was a friend of mine, different part of my life, and I was talking about dreams because I had just had like a weird one before we hung out. This is back when I used to take like lots of naps during the day. And I had taken a nap and then we met up for dinner or whatnot. And I was, you know, just talking to her as a friend, sharing my dream, and it wasn't anything like bad or inappropriate. It was just like a dream about another friend and like what happened and whatever. And she was just like, oh my goodness, why are you sharing this? And you know, if you feel this way about this person, you should tell them. And it's like, it's not like I'm talking bad about this person, and I'll probably end up telling them about my dream anyway. Like, why are you trying to make this a thing? Am I making you feel uncomfortable by sharing this? Like, I'm not exposing anything secret about myself, but I don't know, her whole vibe was just off, and it was like things like that that kept building up over time that just kind of seemed like, yeah, I'm not really like that, and I don't want to have to like walk on eggshells around you, especially when it's not anything serious. Like, feeling almost bad for sharing a dream with somebody. I would love to know people's dreams. If someone, a friend or stranger, whoever wants to share that, you know, I feel almost privileged to know what's going on in your brain at the most vulnerable part, you know, of your existence. Like, nothing bad. I mean, and I get it. If it was something that I was sharing that was like really disgusting or something that could offend her, yeah. But like I said, it was something just so stupid and like innocent and had no meaning really, and it was just things like that that like irritated her, I guess. But one thing to take from that is that this person, trying to act all high and mighty, I had shared secrets with her. I'm a very trusting person, so I do share a lot, and I need to learn on having a wall up, a guard to a certain point, you know what I mean? But at this point in my life, I hadn't learned that yet, so I was very much just sharing, word vomit. And I had shared some stuff with her that I wasn't proud of, that I had done in my life. Nothing bad, just like, you know, stupid stuff. Like, oh my gosh, one time I did this and I was so embarrassed, and like, I can't believe I did that, and I learned from it, whatever, move on. Well, when we were like in the process of breaking ties, I guess you can say, she was like, oh yeah, you're a this and you're a that, like calling me names based off of things that I told her. If you have a friend like that in your life, you should probably be very careful and maybe, you know, not have them in your life, because that was not a good experience that I had with this person. I had to block her number too. I forgot about all this. Yeah, I had to block her number because she was harassing me, basically. She just like kept going on, and then weeks down the road, I had another friend that was like, oh, you know, so-and-so wants your number. She said she thinks you blocked her, but, you know, you can use my phone to contact her, and she wants to apologize. And I'm like, no, yeah, just like, no. I don't need her to continue to call me names and harass me. Like, I'm not gonna. And it was all via text too. Like, I called her on the phone when she blew up on me to talk and be like, okay, listen, like, why don't we meet up and like be adults about this and figure out like what's actually going on. And she would like ignore my calls and everything, and like right when I would hang up, because it would go to voicemail, she'd text me right away and be like, stop trying to call me. And she'd fight through me with text, and I'm like, no, I don't do this. Like, I'm sorry, no. So I had to block her, unfortunately. But anyways, I like to be able to share stuff with my friends and not have to feel like, you know, I'm gonna be judged or not feel safe to talk about stuff. So unfortunately, I had someone like that in my life, and hopefully you guys don't. So well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this soft spoken. Please let me know if you'd like more soft spoken or just whispering. But it was fun doing it, so I'll see you guys in my next video.